where we talk about your finances, your financial goals. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Roger Abel, president of Premier Investments, Wealth and Management, and Good Times Had by All, right here in Cedar Rapids and worldwide. How are you, sir?
I'm great today. Thanks for having me back.
Glad to have you here. Let's talk about what you do. Let's talk about financial planning right off the bat. What is a financial plan? Then let's talk about why they matter.
You know, a financial plan is really getting your kind of hands around what's happening with your financial life. And whether you're trying to save for retirement, kids' education, a wedding, a plan is really a good way to provide clarity and a lot of financial direction as to where you're going.
Well, and you've broken it down to some bullet points, so we will split the C's here. You stand on that side, I'm going to stand on this side. Let's wrap on the monitor, and we should see reason number one why a financial plan comes into play, as you tell us, provides clarity and direction, and that's the first thing you said.
Provides clarity, direction, helps reduce it helps provide lower stress as well. Once you kind of know what your money's doing for you, where your money's going to go, why you have it, why you're saving, everything kind of becomes a little less stressful. Provides clarity and direction. It lays out your goals. What are your priorities? What's important to you? And then it helps you avoid making impulse decisions.
Do you need a different plan for different goals, or can you lump them all together in one overall plan?
Well, that's actually a really good question. So what I would tell you is you might have different goals for different sets of money.
Okay.
So when you're doing a financial plan, one goal could be you would like to retire. Second goal could be kids' education. Third goal, how do we save for a retirement house? So there's really many goals within this larger financial picture and financial plan.
Okay, gotcha. Item number two, helps reduce financial stress.
I skipped to that earlier, but yes, this is why you do it. You know what it really does is it helps you understand when you're invested why you have a certain mix of stocks and bonds, and it really helps prevent what I call bad investor behavior, which is when things get chaotic and things feel a little stressful in the market, making the bad decision of getting out and not knowing what to do with your money.
How do you, right now with what we hear so much about the finances and the stock market, how do you tell people to remain calm? Because you probably have people who want to just react and, oh, I need to do this. What's that overlying message? How can you convince them?
So we convince them by the financial plan.
Okay.
So one of the pure goals of the financial plan is to figure out what somebody's optimal portfolio is. How much risk do you need to take to have the optimal outcome in retirement? And once you dial that in, then they know why they own an investment. You know, if you have a portfolio that needs to be 70% stock, well, you know why you own it versus somebody just saying, I think you should have this. We put some mathematics, statistics, and probabilities behind the reasons to actually have those asset allocation and mix of stocks to bonds.
Provides comprehensive wealth strategies, which piggybacked on what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, it's all comprehensive. When we start to do this, the whole goal is to encompass somebody's entire life, not just a little picture. And there's pictures within the picture as we go through and work on these plans. And the cool thing about what's really changed in our world over the last decade is 10 years ago, we'd print out a booklet and give it to somebody, and here's your financial plan.
Have fun, we'll see you in a year.
Yeah, well, they throw it in the junk drawer and they review it 10 years later.
Yeah.
Today, the plan is this living, breathing kind of financial decision tree because it's all modeled digitally. So if someone comes in and says, what happens if I move all of my money to cash? I can tell them what their probability of success in retirement is being all cash. So we can really provide some good guidance that way.
Helps change with life, helps adjust, helps adapt to life's changes. Tell me a little bit about that.
Exactly what I just talked about. If somebody comes in and says, hey, I got an inheritance, what does retirement look like now? We can model that for them in the plan. Or, you know, I need a plan for a wedding. What do I need to do? How do I prepare for this in the next 10, 15, or 20 years? So it's really a financial decision tree for people and helps them make all the important financial decisions on the way to retirement.
The next graphic is kind of this roadmap that you guys provide, and you've got your risks here. Explain, since we've got just a little time, risk 49 versus risk 66 and kind of some of the goals we're looking at here.
All right, so what we have actually done, because what we recognize is people utilize financial advisors to help them solve complicated problems. And not that a financial plan is inherently complicated, but there are a lot of moving parts. What we have done is we've taken out all of the things that people find most important in the financial plan. We've put it into one single to understand document that highlights how much risk you currently have versus how much risk you need to have to be successful, your probability of success, and then all the action items for today, but also into the future. So when somebody leaves, they get this document.
This is what they get, just this one sheet right here.
You got it. Now,
That's simple.
We have all the data in the computer, but we extract the most important things
Now, it's
that
not
need to be.
this big, it's this size. It's not, 10 feet tall.
It would be pretty impactful if we went to 10 feet tall. But yes, it's called our one-page premier vision document that you see up in the top right-hand corner.
People want to get in on this. They want to start thinking about, all right, planning for the long-term retirement. Best way to start that conversation is to get a hold of you. And how can they do that?
You can get us at premieriwm.com or 800-383-6590.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
You've been
Appreciate
here
it.
long enough. Read what's right there.